Hey everyone, I'm Rather Incoherent, back with more... Hey everyone, I'm Rather Incoherent, back with more Crusader Kings 3. At the end of the last video, I was sorting out the fact that while I was away pillaging, my neighbors all got it into their heads that they could take me in war, so I've just sorted out one of them, another one's coming in, and things look bad now. I don't know if this is a normal mechanic where it's just my levies refilling and your levies don't refill while your armies are raised and out of your lands, that might be it. But when my armies get back into my land, they're going to start refilling incredibly rapidly, and as we're only at 727 out of 1925, it's going to take next to no time for us to get to a point where we can easily beat these 1,300 men. However, militarily I need to do something. I'm going to create a temporary waypoint at my capital, and we're going to be raising new armies there shortly. But what I also want to do is go to my prisoners, and I've been doing something wrong. In the past, I've let these guys go to see if they can get money in the future and pay it off. But if you look at some of their stats, at 16 and 11, they're decently okay champions. My worst champions right now are 7, 10, and 11, and one of them is my half-brother, so I can easily forbid these two guys from being champions, and then just get better champions from my jails, which is absolutely what I'm going to be doing. So we're going to negotiate the release for this 16, and he'll give us a weak cook and be recruited. And again, this guy's also at 16. We're going to negotiate his release. And again, weak hook and recruit, no problem. This guy has no value to me, so he can stay in the jail. I also have 594 prestige, and I may as well do the obvious thing here and hire more Varangians. And then immediately commit the rest of my prestige to buffing them up higher. Once those ransoms go through, I'm going to adjust my, what are they called? Champions. But until then, that's one of them. That's the second. Pause it. The hardest part of ruling is that it's boring. All right, fair enough. Option 1, gamble 150 prestige, trying to stay awake through it. Odds against me. I can get daydreaming about the state, which is just good. Or I can get rid of some stress by taking a nap at the cost of prestige. I'm going to just get the bonus diplomacy. That seems useful. And now before I do anything else, I'm going to go to my champions. I'm going to go forbid these guys that are frankly incompetent and shouldn't be my champions. I'm going to force those prisoners into roles as my champions. Also, Yingvar has seemingly grown out of control while he's been my champion. What's going on, man? You're Herculean, you're a berserker, a legendary blade master. Yeah, that all checks out. What a cool guy. Which reminds me, I should probably look at my council positions, or not my council positions, but rather my court positions, and see if anyone's better. My physician is as good as it's going to be. My tutor is average, and Heminger here is much better. He's actually good. So I'll take it. My brother's going to be a little bit pissy for a while, but... Oh. It cost me prestige? Well, then never mind. I'm not going to be changing positions if it costs me prestige. I wasn't expecting this to cost me prestige. Obviously, Ingvar would be a much better bodyguard than this other guy. No surprise there. But again, I don't want to be spending prestige here, so it's fine. What I do want to do is summon those new mercenaries and those new bodyguards, or champions rather, at my capital. Everyone meets up here. And already you can see we're up to 923. And we just sit down and wait for a second, and we're up to 1,000. And I think that's enough to take them. We might actually get higher than 1,000 before we can get there. Yeah, 1,243. Just crush them, undo this siege. I actually am just going to chase them down, I think. Worthy of the ocean. Longships are in many ways the heart of a Jarl's power. A little bit ironic considering you removed longships from the game, but alright. Okay, so every time that I embark, I'm spending gold per 100 men. It's good to know this, because I had no idea how embarking worked. And I'm willing to bet that when I've been seeing those gold travel lines, that's actually us making the ships. And we can get much lower embarkation costs and higher naval speed at the cost of 50 gold for 10 years. Seems incredibly worthwhile. If he's trying to embark to get on the sea, I'm just going to catch him. Oh, evidently not. It's fine, I'll meet up with him at my land. We're just running in circles over here. And the reason I want to do this is because I know that if I just let him siege my capital, he has a chance of just catching me and winning the war. So I need to deal with his army pretty effectively. We're just going to run this down for a hot second. Oh, you're in the water. Alright, fine. I'm going to go siege your capital then. I assume that's also where his army is going as well. My daughter is born, and she is robust. Good to know. She can be named whatever she wants. That's not enough traits for me to personally name her. All right, that's his capital down, and him captured. Wait, what's my war score from? None of my war score is from important prisoners, so I want to ransom this person before this. And I'll start walking my army back in case I'm wrong about that once the ransom goes through. Now that the ransom's gone through, let me make sure there's no other prisoners. There aren't. We can go ahead and end this stupid war. Will you please pay me for this nonsense? Got 33 gold and 150 prestige out of that. I don't think I actually got the prestige. I think he just lost it. But that solves that problem. Now, because my units apparently come back incredibly quickly when they're in my own land, are you actually raiding me, you shithead? Okay. I'm gonna let all of this stand down for a little bit. And looking at my soldiers, if I just sit still for a while, I should probably get to 2482 pretty quickly, right? If we don't pause time for events. My brother hates me because apparently my dog somehow crossed county borders and got into his shit. Be mad about it. That's all I've got to say to you. Okay, so we're gaining like 140 sometimes when this ticks up. I think that what I was seeing might be that when your armies are raised and out of your land, your levies don't recover at all, and I was just seeing the normal recovery speed. I'm honestly not sure. I have a new lifestyle perk available. Let's go look at that and all the other things it's telling me about. Popular figurehead just seems really good. Just plus 50 opinion to everyone. Popular figurehead's not that important because it's not plus 50 opinion to other people. It's plus 50 opinion to the peasantry at large to prevent rebellions, but still, this is a necessary thing to do along my way to getting +2 domain size. Oh, I need to fill both of these to unlock it. I thought this was either or, not both. That makes this a lot worse. That's 3 more perks to get here. I could take the claim throne scheme and go swear fealty to someone. That's pretty funny. That actually might be the most useful thing here. And I want to switch over to a war focus, because honestly it seems more relevant. I don't know what I'm doing over there in stewardship. I think I want authority focus with a study control growth. That just seems valuable to me. The additional martial might be better. I'm not convinced one way or the other. But I feel like if I'm being forced to invest into all the perks, I probably need to be in one of these trees instead. Oh, I can challenge that guy to one-on-one combat. Well, let's see if he seems better than me. He looks quite old. He has a personal combat of 0. Surely I'm better than that, right? 13, that's still better. Death is a pretty big risk, but like, if I die, what's the status of my heirs? I've got a lot of them. It's probably not great for me. Something that bothers me greatly when I'm in these menus, I can't move right. A stops moving left. If I close this, I can move left again. It's real weird. If I had more personal combat, I'd care about this, but I don't, so I'm not gonna risk it. Oh shit, all my children started needing guardians during that. Fair enough. All right, Dag, what are you like? You're robust. Signy has decent stewardship and Midas touch, so it seems like she might be the best one to hand him off to. Wrathful's not a bad trait. Arrogance not a bad trait. Compassionate's pretty bad. But I think that's just a risk I'm running. And I'm sorry, Signy, but we're actually just shipping all of our kids to you. Actually, there was a good argument for sending them to a military man instead, a brilliant strategist, huh? It looks like I can't send them all to the same person. I'm gonna send you to Sfurker then. He's a brilliant strategist. No, I can still send other people to Sfurker. I just can't find Signy anymore. I'm very confused as to where she went. I'm not sure why it's showing me when I search for Midas Touch, because I am most definitely not. I was looking at Dag and wondering if I should be sending him to a brilliant strategist instead of a Midas Touch person, because Signy does exist. She's just refusing to train the other ones for some reason. But, considering that I have 8 in stewardship on Dag and nothing anywhere else, I guess that's the right guardian. I'm gonna invite these guys I have hooks on to court, and then make them into guardians, I guess, or just keep them around because I can. Because those hooks do expire. Apparently there is an expiration date. It doesn't feel like telling me in the tooltip that I previously looked at. And the rest of these people are either kids or already in my court, so they don't matter as much. Speaking of not mattering too much, though, are there any concubines I can take? Not really. Bit weird, bit surprising, but it's fine. We're gonna set my marshal to increasing control here, because apparently he was doing something else for some reason. I think it's time to take out this guy who has a one piece of territory and happens to be a neighbor with a duke title. Like, what the hell? Declare war for that. Conquer his single county, declare the war. Raise the troops. I don't know how many men you have, but I know it's less than 2,000. I didn't see how many that was. They died very quickly. 5 times speed is a bit quick for war. It's 94. Please stop that. Okay, I win even if I return prisoners, though. So let's go ahead and check for prisoners. He doesn't want this guy. Or that guy. And you're just for a favor. Do any of you have good martial stats? 10, 11, 8, rot in prison, I guess. Enforced demands, so be it. No, this is 5 of 4, but I believe... Oh, no, I was thinking I could switch over to Uller and get better stewardship, but that is definitely not the case. Due to my current prestige debt, I think I'm going to take this army and just immediately walk further down and start raiding all of this. Right, most of this has been looted, but there's at least some money here, like in the capital. And I'm just confident I can take them because I was able to beat them earlier when I had a much weaker military. So I'll just walk here, and then back out into the ocean. I can make a runestone. That's actually a good decision to make. That'll really help with my current prestige situation. I have way more piety than I know what to do with. So sure, let's figure out what we're making a runestone of. Just to control runestone, so... Oh, but I get stress from making runestones. Come on. I'm gonna have to take the stress. It's happening. And we want this in... The newest place we just got is incredibly reasonable. We can go to Varangian and Adventure. It really wants me to do that. It's going to keep giving me that. I have 1 extra holding. Thanks for the reminder. I need to give it away. I can create a duchy. How much money does it cost? 125. Do it. I need more champions now because I guess I'm a double duke giving me more slots. Fair enough. I can demand payments from this kid. Oh, that's really funny. I wasn't expecting that to ever actually work. Please stop. That's not actually helpful. I can recruit this guy to court and then force him to be a champion. Seems reasonable. How much money does he want? 22? I'll just go ahead and take someone who's marginally worse. It's fine. And because I don't need to raid immediately, I'm actually just going to disband this army. I'm going to move this rally point down again. Oh, there's actually a move rally point button, which I didn't click on that time because I'm an idiot. And with all this prestige I just built, I'm going to raise... That's not what I wanted to do. With all this prestige that I've gotten, I'm going to make 1 more unit of Varangians. Not a 3rd one, though, or an additional one, because I would bottom up pretty fast from there. I appear to be summoning people here, which is not my intention. My glory is widely known. Nice. I'm now illustrious. That's the same level of fame as Bjorn Ironside. I've made some serious progress. Can I subjugate you? I take his primary title and make him my vassal. Seems pretty good. Costs 500 prestige, though. I think we do need to be doing some subjugating, though. That just seems correct. We're close enough to full... We're not. We need another 400 men. Let's let this refill before we go out. We have a charmed vassal. They love my dog. It's the same guy who was upset before. You're gonna have to decide whether you like the dog or not, man. I'm sorry. We just keep getting events about Onunter. Please stop. Why am I spending prestige to let him do things in Rogaland when Rogaland is literally the place that he owns, right? Like, you're the chief of it. Why does it cost me prestige to let you do your job? Anyway, be mad about it because the game's weird. I completely forgot to give away that county, which I'm supposed to be doing. I'm sure it'll work out fine in the end. Let's get another sibling of mine and give him some land. You've got good genes, you're gonna have lots of kids, so I'm gonna give you land, and that way you can take concubines and have more kids. You can have this one at the bottom. Okay, I can put rally points in other people's land, even if I don't personally own it. So there's no benefit to keeping this myself. I had to double check that real quick. So we're going to go ahead and give my 36-year-old brother that new territory that I've just conquered. Unfortunately, my current seneschal was actually a part of the people I just sent away, and my antiquarian appears to be dead for some time. We have no one who would make a good one. So we're just going to get a new seneschal that's remotely competent to do their job. I can get a court jester? Well, I don't have a court to jest in, is the problem. I'm not a king. So we'll be stopping there, I guess. Anyway, we're at full army. I'm not quite sure why that number suddenly and violently changed right as it was getting to 2,500, but it doesn't really matter, I suppose. We're going to raise all here and mark them as raiders. Now, this war is between you and you, which means your armies are distracted. Sucks for you, buddy. So I can come down here and take 15 gold immediately. And I'm pretty sure I can take your whole army in a fight, so I don't need to worry about anything. And I think I'm raiding much faster now on account of the larger territories. 22 down here seems pretty worthwhile. Easily took all his money, and let's see how much money the wife is worth. 22 gold, which is all that he has left. So yeah, this has been very profitable so far. How much money can I hold in this army? 227, that's quite a lot. And there's several 15s in a line, so we're gonna go walk down this part of your land, and you just can't stop us. Your army's busy fighting a war. It's very mean. Wait, I didn't actually finish this one. I need to go down to 4 speed. 5 is just way too much. And then we walk down to the next one. Apparently I'm getting manipulation hooks. Let's go and see if these people I've just got in. It's the chiefess, of course she's worth money. That's another 25. My wife is just out here manipulating people. Thanks, I guess. I have someone's 3-year-old toddler, but they can't pay for them, so I'll just wait for that a little bit. Seems hideously inhumane, but it's fine. Going through the grown men that I've got, none are actually very competent at fighting, so I'll just leave them in jail to rot, unless they can be used for other roles. They have good stats, they could actually join my council. But they don't have good stats, so they'll be sitting in jail. Anyway, we were raiding, I believe. There is a lot of loot here in Lotharingia, and Lotharingia appears to be a little bit at war too, so yeah, this is gonna be great for us. Unfortunately, someone else is raiding this tribe, so I can't take that anymore, but it's fine. We're gonna come here for 23 gold, then 10, and actually I might just leave with the 23. We have a lot of money. That's cowards talk. They're at war. They can't stop me. And then there's the city of Hamburg right here with 15 gold. I'm just taking so much money from this poor schmuck. Let's make sure we haven't missed any important decisions. I know I'm in line to inherit the tiles. I can demand payment from my niece. Stop telling me. I can ransom this person, but not for all the money, so not yet. All right, let's continue on our way. Keep on pillaging. There's another town down. These have no money, but I think that means it's time to walk out of here. I could just walk in and keep pillaging, but that seems like such a terrible idea. Actually, I can go here, and then to here, and then leave. Go out through here. God, that's greed, but I'm doing it. It's 2,000 men. They can defend themselves. There's a war going, so... yeah, that's not enough to stop me. They're sieging it very slowly. To the benign Jarl. What does that mean? Anyway, Jarl Dag likes me. Good. Done with this siege. And now that I'm done with this, can I come here and take over the siege because I'm better than you? Can I kick you out and do the raiding myself? Yes. Get out of here. I'm the one pillaging this land. I completely obliterated the army. They didn't even walk away. They're just gone. Can I see the battle details on that? Also, who were you? Oh, hey, you're this guy. You're the one who's actually at war trying to do something in Lotharingia. I should figure out if that's an offensive war or not. They just did not have enough champions, or enough anything else by the looks of it, and we killed them all. What was pursuit phase? It's weird that it looked like they all died with no pursuit phase. What the hell happened in main phase? We certainly didn't kill 800 men in main phase. If someone can explain how I killed 884 men, but my total kills are less than 200, I would love to hear it, because I'm very confused. Like, we look at losses. Their losses don't add up to be the number of losses they had. I'm so confused by this. This makes it very hard to learn the system when its internal numbers don't line up. Okay, we're at 172 of 172. Get out of here. That's all the money you can carry because you lost some men in the fight, but that's still fantastic. Oh, I took some prisoners. Yeah, let's go check out the prisoners and see if any... I'll do it once I get back to my land because they might be short on money right now. I I unlocked a new martial perk. Let's see what we can do. We can get cheaper Casus Belli. That's actually really good. I'm looking at a Casus Belli right now that costs 500 prestige. That's 250 prestige for clicking the button. Natural Dread and Control Growth are both great. Stalwart Leader and Sword the Crown are both great. But this just says 250 prestige immediately right now, so hard to say no to that. Someone died in my dungeons. Oh no. Let's get these guys back to my land. Cool. Now that they're back in my land and they delivered the loot, I'm going to stand them down. And we're going to go see exactly what I can do with these prisoners. Oh hey, it's actually just giving me a heads up about them. Thank you. That one for 25, this one for 10. This 10-year-old is unsurprisingly not too competent. This guy's wife is in my jail cell and he's too greedy to say yes. That's very funny. So Alba over here is getting pretty big. Like, the Scots are starting to unite. But Moray is one of the best duchies to do a Varangian adventure for, and that it has 6 counts in it. So I've been looking at this for a while, trying to make sense of it, because if this was the military he had, we'd be able to crush him no problem in a Varangian adventure. But this claims he has 6,000 troops instead. And if I add up his strength with his vassal strength, that's not 6,000. If I add up his strength with his allies' strength, it is far more than 6,000. Because you have 1,300 from him, 1,800 from him, 3,000 from him, which is close, but surely then you would also include the 3,900 of allies' military strength in that, or that already covers them, in which case you wouldn't add them at all, and it's just this. But no matter what I do, I can't get 6,300 as the number that he has of troops, which is deeply frustrating. I've been thinking about this for a while. What I decided to do instead is I'm gonna go raiding, like I always do. But more specifically, I'm at my full military strength, we're close enough to. I think I'm just gonna go through any areas that are at war and take all their money. At 3,000 troops and France is having a succession crisis, I might finally be able to burn the coast of France. But yeah, one way or another, I'm definitely going raiding, because just getting way more prestige and money is gonna let me win wars in the future. Something I'm considering is swearing fealty to Bjorn Ironside and then using the scheme to take his throne. It's a questionable decision, though, because I'm nowhere near able to take him right now. Right now, my goal, I think, is to just keep gaining prestige as fast as I can until all of my man-at-arms slots are filled with 5/5 Varangian veterans, because those guys are ridiculous. I could also take more land. Now that I have this prestige, instead of spending it on soldiers, I could conquer these people who are next to me. If I were to look at de jure kingdom titles, what do I need to found Norway? I need 16 counties, I have 6. So if I were conquering 10 more counties, that's quite a lot. Getting another 10 counties is not going to be easy. If I were to subjugate this guy, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counties. But are those even all in Norway? One of them's not even in Norway. So that would get me 4 counties. This guy would get me 3 counties. This guy would get me 3 counties. 3 subjugation wars can make me the king of Norway. But like, I could just subjugate this guy. I just need to be exalted among men. How hard is that? Honestly, that doesn't seem that hard. I just need another 4,000 prestige. And I'll be exalted among men and I can invade kingdoms. I think I'm gonna start invading kingdoms. We're just gonna skip past all this nonsense with dukes. We're gonna make Varangian veterans until we're exalted among men. We're gonna live long enough to do that, right? Maybe. 4,000 prestige is a lot if we're already 41, but I think we can do it. Regardless, we're at full strength. We're either conquering or raiding, and I don't feel comfortable going for Alba if they have 6,000 men. And I have no idea how many men they actually have, because the numbers just don't add up between this screen and the war screen. And it doesn't make sense they would only have 1,300. 6,000 seems much more accurate considering the amount of land they have. And besides, I can just use Invade Kingdom for all of Alba in the future, right? I can just take all of this in one war instead. I hate that every time I think about optimizing stuff, I think Varangian adventures are only good if you want to do something stupid, like go from up here to Sicily. Like, if you want to transplant yourself for next to no reason, then go on Varangian adventures. But otherwise, there's just not a reason to do it. Venice is independent, man. I want to go conquer Venice so bad. Someday. Not today, though. I'm going to raise everything here. And I'm going to go ahead and start raiding. I have a favor hook on you because of my wife. Oh, because of ransom accepted. I just forgot I did this. Right, yeah, you didn't want to pay for your wife. I got so distracted with bad math. Very weird. Anyway, I'm just gonna demand payment with the hook now, which is actually worth more than your wife. Greed's been your undoing yet again, sir. So East Francia is having some issues, and those issues are called Bavaria. Also, they're called being conquered by the Vikings, right? I think I can just walk into their land and go for this stuff down here. I don't think they can actually stop me. Where's your capital? It's all the way down here. This is ridiculous, but I might go for the capital of East France. Because I can just like zigzag across the borders away from people and towards safety. Most of the coastlines have already been raided. And stealing someone's kingdom level family members is a very quick way to get rich. We're just gonna go raid this and be sensible. It just seems better. But we might end up going down East France like a madman. I've got a walking dog for another 10 years, nice to know. Our maximum capacity for loot is only 264. I say only, it's the highest it's ever been in the campaign so far. Yeah, we're doing this in like 20 days, knocking it out pretty fast. Next we're going here, I think. There's no reason to go west. Yeah, no reason to go west. If you want to fight me, okay, he doesn't. He does not want to fight me at all. I was very confused for a second. Plenty of raid loot to be had here, too. 12, and then 12, and then 6, and then 19. I'm just gonna walk south down all this. I have no reason not to. They're suffering serious succession crises. They're at war. I don't think they can deal with me. Oh, we finished increasing county control. Since we finished county control, we either increase county control somewhere else. This is not actually my land, so I don't care. In which case, I am going to train commanders, I think. Makes my men-at-arms better? That just seems really good. 20% better Varangians? Hell yeah. Anyway, how's that rating going? We have 2,300 men. I feel very confident in troops that size. We're gonna come down here and skip to the 19. And then there's another 19 afterwards, a 22 and a 9. We're gonna sweep through all of this. Gonna stop on the bishopric, I guess. Oh, there's a 20 here. Nice city. Or it used to be a nice city. A well of insight. So Sverker is trying to teach me about fording. I don't see any reason not to. We're gonna pop down for another 20. There's 19 there, 8, 9, 11. We're definitely going for the 19 next. Vikings aren't supposed to be this deep into your lands. Things have gone terribly wrong for East France. So when I put him on train commander, she's like, dude, check this out. I found an irritable forest fighter, but he's also a legendary blade master. Dude's got 29 martial prowess. You want him? And the answer is obviously Jesus. Good job on under. Right, that's done. Gonna go down here at 20 into 20 and then leave. I actually want to be going away now, because at that point I'll be over capacity deep inside their land. And losing a fight means they take all the money back from me. So I don't want to keep going this way. Okay, so I've been hemorrhaging troops doing this by walking around inside of controlled counties. I did not know this was a mechanic, but it's very important. Because I don't control any of these counties, every time I move from one county to another, I just get hurt. Which does sort of suck. Get back to the ocean as fast as you can, let's go. I've made mistakes. It's fine though, live and learn. Was not aware that attrition had been changed to work. I just fully was not aware that attrition had been changed to work this way. My wife is pregnant again, that's always great news. Think I lost like 1,000 soldiers to attrition there. Let's not make that mistake again. It's actually a really good change to mechanics just to nerf Vikings, because Vikings are ridiculous. Like, anytime something happens to me that's unintuitive I dislike, I'm obviously upset about it. But on the flip side, I recognize that Vikings need nerfs, and I'm never too mad about it. Now, coming over to champions, we just got this guy. Welcome aboard. None of my half-brothers. Vaughn, my half-brother, is still a champion. Sorry, mate. I just need you to not die and have lots of kids. Because as I recall, no one's had a pure-blooded kid yet. We need these people alive. But that means we're one short of actually having enough, so since Vaughn's actually good at the job, he can keep doing it. We need to regain our men, and we need to do something with all this prestige, which is almost certainly just maxing out this group of Varangians. And I think I'm going to settle my thumbs and wait for men to regain their strength. Coming over to like these people next to me, they are so weak. I legitimately just feel like I should be going for Exalted among men. and using that to invade kingdoms. Like, the amount of prestige I had to spend on subjugating 3 times for 10 counties instead of just, like, dallying all of Alba for 15 counties or whatever. I feel like I should be using my prestige to get Vikings, and then using those Vikings to conquer kingdoms which have acquired enough prestige to do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to let all of my men regather their strength. And then afterwards, my dog needs to stop running away. I'm going to wait for 2 gold coins. Oh no. Wait, that's not my dog. That's unrelated. The Anglo-Nordic hybridization. We're just hybridizing all the cultures now, aren't we? So we've got the Anglo-Nords now. Let's see how it goes. I have no idea how to do that. I read everything on there looking for it. I couldn't find any information about it. 2 gold coins, like always. You can trust Amiable to come back with money. Anyway, as my people regather their strength, what I'm going to be doing is going to all the capitals around in England, because they're pretty close to the shore and I can just conquer them. Oh, that's unfortunate. But just going to all the capitals for the high-level prisoners and immediately ransoming them seems like it might actually be the best source of money. I've got a daughter of age. She's going to need a spouse. What are your traits? You are fecund, hale, and quick. Let's find you a competent husband. And by competent, I mean somebody who's our culture, our religion, and has inheritable traits. So what I'm doing is I'm sorting her potential spouses by martial prowess, so I can get champions out of the deal. I'm also looking for people, same religion, same culture, with inheritable traits. What do you have again? You have hale and quick. It does matter for both of the parents. Oh, he's just way better. He's just way better and way younger. So we matrilineal marry her to one of our new champions. Let that go through. He's showing up. Let's adjust our champions now. Now we finally can get rid of Vaughn and have none of my half-brothers in danger as a champion. That's great. Pretty sure that's how we lost the one brother we have lost, right? He died in battle. Yeah. Is the guy who killed him still alive? You son of a bitch. A wandering villain. Yeah, that checks out. We are going to get up to 2,900 before we go to England. What's our new announcement? I need to designate a guardian again. This kid is good at what? Learning and diplomacy. What a waste. We're going to send her to go be good at stewardship because the alternative is sending her to be good at what she's actually good at, which are things I don't care about. Folky has improved his status as a knight. Good job. Or is it Folky? Either way. We're almost to max. If you come into my land trying to raid. Okay, good. He's going somewhere else. This is the saddest little slap fight. Like, I can just conquer the people next to me. I don't need to wait. My wife discovered a secret. Ah! I discovered a secret about my wife. She was unfaithful the whole time. It wasn't just the game trolling me like CK2 does. So I can get a strong hook, get rid of her unfaithfulness, or she could just be an awful person. Ah, shit, it's my brother. That's actually great, because it means even though they're bastards, they're still in the right bloodline. Wait. No, that's the one person who was nice to me. Isn't he my friend? No, but he is a fearless maniac. Oh, he's a lunatic. Well, that branch of the family got a lot worse. Wait. Lunatic has a heart around it like it would be an inheritable trait. And the inheritable traits don't, but more importantly, Fecund and Handsome say they're congenital, but this one doesn't, even though in Ruler Builder it is. That's very weird. I guess that's just like a special Ruler Builder version of it that you pass on to your kids to stop everyone from being lunatics. Because I would have been. It would have been nothing but good for me if it was an option. I'm just gonna ask her to stop because it seems like her agreeing would be the best way out of this. She's like, nah, I'm gonna keep dating your absolute maniac of a brother. Alright. I mean, in times like this, there's only one thing to do. We throw the whole wife in the dumpster. Murdering her might be a bit hard with her 24 intrigue. But yeah, you're gonna have to go. What's the cost for this? 100 piety? Get out. Can I make you leave? Can I exile you? No? That's fine. Time for another new wife. Once again, same religion, same culture, inheritable traits, sorted by stewardship. And we need somebody who's, like, not actually old. Max age 35. Unfortunately, everyone with traits does kind of suck here. This kid's actually better than most of the adults, but I should just, like, be betrothing this kid to one of my people. This kid is how old? 9? I've got an 11 and 12-year-old son. I'll give it to the younger son. Send that proposal. Anyway, I'm supposed to be finding myself a wife right now. I guess I'm just gonna be marrying this woman, Vigdis. She does have decent stewardship and pretty good everything else. It cost me 200 prestige, so I guess it's time to go a raiding. Is there any decision I can do right now to help with that? I can host a feast, that will definitely help out. I don't have any reason to determine a personal deity just yet. For now, let's just raise all here. Cheery gathering, welcome friends. That marriage alliance was accepted, and so was the arrangement. Breaking horses? So, apparently a bunch of drunk people got into the stables. One thing led to another, the animals are loose, people's bones are broken. At least it was a lively feast. I'm even deeper in the prestige pit now. This is the exact opposite of what I wanted. Anyway, set this guy to raiding, and let's see who is vulnerable to said raids. Oh, I can go to the capitals of Vikings. They have tons of money. Yes, perfect. Brilliant. The feast ends. Alright, so we gained a net 75 prestige from that. It's not terrible. That puts us at 0. Gotten divorced. She's no longer my spouse. Let's see if we can't do any other decisions to get some more stuff going on. Something I've been forgetting to do that I really need to be doing. I need to be increasing tribal authority up to 4 so I can designate my heirs. That's really important. And I just haven't been doing that. It's not the biggest deal because my immediate successor gets my main title, and more importantly, they get all of my men-at-arms. So they're going to get everything immediately. The other kids don't stand a chance in the war against her. It'll be a relatively minor crisis. It's not a big deal. However, I am, like, hopefully just going to avoid that after the first succession crisis by increasing tribal authority to max. I've just been forgetting about it. And admittedly, I might have chosen to get Varangians instead, even if I had known about it. Yeah, there's a lot of people running around here. I'm gonna really mess up this war if I start getting involved. Okay, no one else cared. I'm just gonna take your wife or whatever, whoever's here. My beloved daughter. Excuse me. Alright, hear me out. It is incest, but it also maximizes my chance of regenerating the pure blood trait. And we want pure blood to stick around more than anything else because it's very hard to get that trait to show up. If no one ever comes up with it, it's just gonna be gone and we're gonna have to go through hell to get it back. So, you know what I should be doing? I should be scheming to seduce everyone in the realm. Anyway, like I said, it maximizes your chance of getting pure blood. Neighboring ruler lost the war. We took prisoners. Oh no, a prisoner was taken. Other way around. I don't think I got any prisoners from this. Yeah, the newest guy has been in here for 18 months. That's fine. Not a big deal. Oh, this is your capital. I don't know why I went to that guy. Anyway, let's go knock out this capital and see if there's anyone here to steal. Well of Insight. 53% chance of learning or give up. Okay, let's try to learn. I've learned so much. I've gained the trait Forder, so now I can cross rivers without penalty. This place has already been raided, so I'm getting nothing. This has been a crippling waste of time. Let's go somewhere else. All of the capitals everywhere have already been raided. It's very funny. I can go here, though. It will cost me health, damn it. The Dutchy of Holland is based here. And that's currently unmolested, so let's go fix that. I've gained a level of devotion. I'm well known as a devoted servant of the faith. That's fair, I tend to do good things. I have a new martial perk. I think organized march just makes a lot of sense. I can also surf the crown for the control growth, but I don't really need that at the minute. Knight effectiveness plus 75%, we're going stalwart leader. Holy shit, that sounds incredible. Knights are already the best part of my army. Like, I don't care about the plus prowess from stalwart leader much at all, but... Alright, I don't see anyone around. And there's actually a decent amount to pillage here. Alright, let's go wild. Still 30 days to get through anything. Next. We're just gonna walk through all of this. 10 there, 4 here, 17 there, 4, 9. What's going on? Oh no, I'm ill. Yarrow peasant, high or low, it doesn't matter. In the end, we are all mortals. I think I'm gonna go for a risky treatment. I'm old enough that I don't feel comfortable being ill for long. Disastrous mistreatment. So I gain a botched treatment for 1 year, which is another severe penalty. We're gonna go ahead and get the only option that makes him a better physician, because I would like to be alive. My dog is obviously coming to the council meeting with me. I'm sick. I need my dog. We're gonna pop down to the next place. Wait, did I finish that one? I did. Good. She's the best. Everyone loves my dog. Okay. Shorty of supply. We're just talking about supply networks. I'm nowhere near the next stress level, so I'll take 15 stress in exchange for less attrition. That actually seems like the best thing. And then we're going to go across the border here to 17, up through 10, 14, and then all the way back around for 20. I have 3,000 men. I just don't think that Lotharingia can really spare the manpower to beat me at this point. Next. Hey, we captured someone of value. You want them back? $10 and no! Oh, it's someone else's kid. Fair enough. I'll do it for a favor. Ah, damn. Look, I'm not trying to negotiate his release. You can just go. Get out. Like, I don't want the sickly bastard child in my prison. It's making me feel bad. I don't think the kid sent that letter. I think that might be a misrepresentation of what happens. Go to this 14 and then over to this 20 at the end. I guess I can go to the 12 too. Hey, I'm well, thank God. I actually thought I was going to die. I was like, all right, it's time for a succession crisis. Just get ready for it, it's happening, but never did come. Only 5 there, we'll hit the 20 and the 10 and be out of here. It feels very weird for optimal Vikings to not just get in the water all the time, because you have to make new boats every time you get in the water, which costs money and time. Alright, that's the last of the stuff in Lotharingia that we're getting. We have 141 gold. Bruges has 63 gold. Let's go pay them a visit before we get out of here. Leaving without that money is just clearly wrong. And into the water. Now, do we have any prisoners for all that? Probably not. Yeah, the most recent one is 3 years old. We're up to 205 gold, also known as 205 prestige. Let's get back to our lands. Oh, they got their armies together like 1,400 men, well after the point where it could ever have been relevant. Okay, so that's our money acquired. We're at 2,600 out of 2,900. We could gather a bit more strength. We can't get any more Varangians with that much. I've got 2 hooks expiring, but neither can afford anything from demand payments. They're both already at my courts. Somebody has already raided Bjorn Ironside's capital of Sweden. I was thinking I was a genius. I was going to get all the Viking loot, and it's already happened. There's actually a lot of money here. There's 16, 16, 23, 19. I'm going to head over here and pillage all this real quick. It's only 3 months to get here, and that's not that bad for like 80 gold that's just not being contested at the minute. And then on the way back, there's another 19, another 15. I could theoretically cross over to the other side of the Baltic Sea. Not really looking like there's much down here. There's a couple. There's one. Yeah, the hook wasn't worth anything anyway. It was just an experiment. It's fine. That'll be 1 raid done. Some dude died in my prisons. No one cares. Feel like I should care a little bit more than that. I just assume Vikings aren't hanging out in their lands ready to stop this. I'm certainly not. So one of my concubines is mad at one of my daughters. It's not that you can't write on things, little kid. It's that you can't draw genitals and swear words at 8. That's the bigger problem. It gives her a 60% chance of being just, which is great, and it doesn't matter. You're just robust. I don't care what your traits are. What's the most I can get out of this without paying money? We're not losing the Conquest runestone. That's ridiculous. We have to repair it. So when I fix it by saying it's fine, she becomes a profligate, which hurts her income. It gives her more prestige. That honestly sounds better. And she becomes arbitrary, which is just worse. Just worse. I'm going to do this one. Either way, I get 50 gold. But the other one seems like it makes my daughter into an awful person. So I'll do this one. Anyway, let's wrap up these raids, because after this, we're going to be heading back to town, or heading back to our lands, rather. Dropping off all of our money and calling it a video. I really am just living on a prayer here, assuming that Sweden doesn't have its men held back for no reason. I don't know why they would be. I'm just very confident that the case is they're somewhere else. Why would they be here? And besides, the only person... Okay, that's a fight that was lost. It's alarming that there are raiders in Sweden land that have been defeated, though. Alright, there's another group of people been recently defeated here. To the brooding Jarl Ulf. You have something that should belong to me. Do I have a fine sword? Is this a thing I possess? Oh, I do have a fine sword. I stole it from him. I had no idea. I would like to equip this fine sword, please. What's this do? Prowess +1, raid speed +10%. Awesome. Yeah, go fuck yourself. It's mine. Thanks for telling me I stole that from you. I had no idea that was somewhere in the plunder. I'll be taking all this. I guess those guys are fighting each other? I'm not sure what's going on there. That was 4,000 Swedish men. Get out of here. Go. Run for your life. I'm glad they didn't stop here. What else can we go to for money? That's 19, but I have to re-embark, so it's probably not even generating a profit. There's 22 here, and I think it's the capital, right? Yeah, that's great. Let's do that. Got another martial lifestyle perk, and we are taking chivalric dominance for knight effectiveness +75%. That just seems incredible. Like, that's the whole thing I saw last time. I just stopped thinking, whoa! Hi. Somehow we're not fighting? This is one of the guys I accidentally allied with. Oh, that's why we're not fighting. Because we're allies. What are you trying to conquer? I'm sorry, you went to a war this big over one county? Choked to death? No, I'll spend the prestige. Also, it's a damn shame that I can't raid you. I will raid them, though. That's sort of like helping you. We're gonna start down here, though. It's kind of like helping him. Not really, but sort of. Well, right now I'm not even in the right place. I'm just like completely in the wrong location. But I'm gonna raid up through all of their land. It's fine. Someone's pregnant, that's usually a good thing. I'm not even checking whose it is. I just view the whole dynasty as an extension of myself. Which is very strange, but probably for the best. Hey, you want your son back? That tends to be an important person worth lots of money. Thanks. That's just them paying the money, it's fine. Oh wow, that war's going really well for them. And since they're already on those two, I guess I'm gonna be going further up to these. I should check out that prisoner I just got instead of just clicking past them. She's worth 10 bucks, but they don't want it. Don't want to favor either. Apparently I just stole all the babies recently. You want this one back? They don't want it either. Just have a bunch of random toddlers in my prisons. It's fine. I'm not doing anything inhumane. Honestly, the war seems to be going very well for this guy. He still shouldn't have declared war for a single county, but it's going great for him. Marshals increased for somebody. That's nice. And we're going to go to the capital shortly and raid that as well. And once we're done with this, we'll take all the money back again and call it a video. Just making a lot of profit out here. Everyone went to Byzantium, came back, and decided to pillage the entire North Sea. It's very nice. You're hale and comely, which is, you know, not terrible. But again, if you're not genius, you're not getting a name, and so far, literally no one has been genius. So, how's this gonna go? Oh. Well, my new kid's sickly. Hopefully they get better. Maybe they don't. It happens. We have captured a guest. Woo. This isn't gonna be paid for at all, will it? Oh, a favor. Wow. Yeah, nice. And she's the only person we managed to get. Actually, we caught this guy 47 days ago. But they don't want him back. I'll hit this town just to hit this town. And then I'll leave. Maybe I'll find someone here. I mean, they have to live somewhere. Got another useless senseless. And that was the previous set of prisoners, so nothing. Let's head back to my lands. And this time, before I actually put them away, I'm gonna quickly check what it tells me when I try to embark them. Like, if I were to move here, it actually doesn't tell me anything. It says right-click to march here. It'll take 30 days. It doesn't give me any details about embark cost. That's weird. Anyway, we got the stuff back. Let's put this army down. Disband army. We need to recover 600 more men. We have 199 prestige, so we're just gonna hold on to that and let it pile up. With 1,000 gold, surely there's something I can and should be doing, right? It feels very weird just to be like working towards Exalted Among Men as my main goal. We're at 47 now. It's been 6 years. We're not hitting Exalted Among Men. I was like right here at 41 or something. I'm not making enough progress here. The reason this matters is because as a double duke, I sort of need to either destroy one of my titles or become a king, otherwise there will be a problem during succession. It costs 400 prestige to kill a title. That's legitimately much easier than conquering a kingdom. But I'll debate all of that in the next video. For now, our unpronounceable nightmare duchy is doing quite well. We're up to a total military of nearly 3,000, with a substantial portion of that being Varangian veterans. We have very good and very numerous champions. We're on our way to being a major power in the region, but we just aren't there yet. I'm going to figure out if I can do a bunch of things to get more prestige faster, how I can go about getting exalted among men and go into war for kingdoms. So I would really like to just conquer all of Alba in this lifetime. That would be a cool way to become a king. But right now, I'm not really sure what our next step should be. I've been going for a while, so I'll call it here. I've been Rather Incoherent. I hope you liked the video. I hope you're enjoying CK3 as much as I am, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube algorithm nonsense really does help the channel grow, and it's greatly appreciated. And there's also a Patreon that you can support me on directly if you want to. I know you probably don't care, but someone else might.